and gentlemen, how art thou? It's your boy NUNZZIII. Welcome to the sacred space and welcome to NUNZZIII Nirvana. It's currently December 31st, 2021, coming to a close of a crazy, exciting year and venturing on to the next 2022. It's going to do it for you, I'm telling you. It's going to be a big year. I always like to say, excited for the future, grateful for the present, because the present moment is all we have. It's all you got. And I appreciate you spending it with me right now. Hearing what I wanted to share with you today is my top five mindset lessons I've learned this year that have profoundly changed my life. These 5 things, these ideas, practiced on a daily, mental cue. Everything's a habit, right? Your mind's a muscle, so you have to train it like you're training, reps in the gym. So this is a constant awareness, constant reflection. But when you practice these things, they'll change your life. And the first one is the concept of the seat of self and sitting in that. And what I mean by that is that this is an internal process. Your life it's all internal process. And you have to decide, comes a time when, are you going to let the external, which is your family, your friends, the media, all the things in the environment, the reality, the ego and the material, all that, right? That's the external. Or the internal, which is you, the seat of self, the soul, the spirit, decide how you're going to live. And when you can understand that it's an internal process, so that you have the answers and you are the teacher, rather than seeking all the answers in the external and letting those influence your decisions. What your friends or your family think you should do for a living, and the limitations that they put on you, and the suppression of the media and the way it's meant to make you feel about yourself and all this kind of stuff, right? So if you let the external decide that, you're going to live in this false state of reality, ego. You're not going to be sitting in your seat of self. The seat of self is your dharma. We all come here, each and every one of us come here with a purpose and a dharma. And that dharma lies within you. And you have the answers. The teacher is within. That's why the art of meditation is a non-negotiable, because you need to be able to reflect inward and listen to yourself. And your dharma can change over your lifespan, but you have the answers. And when you understand that you're in control of who you want to be, where you want to go, what you want to do, how you want to be treated, that's sitting in the seat of self. And you need to sit in that every single day. And when your mind is having all these constant streams of thoughts, negative thoughts, positive thoughts, ludicrous thoughts, whatever it might be, you're just observing them, because you're sitting in your grounded seat of self, and you know that your mind actually isn't your own. But your spirit and your soul and your dharma, that's your purpose is. And you can really start to factor out the noise from what your focus is. And that leads me on to my second point, is the lantern, or the, what I call is the flower pot. If I have 5 flowers in each individual pot and only so much water, I have to distribute that water amongst all of these 5 flowers. And they're only going to grow to a certain height. But if I knock out 4 of the flowers, I got all that water for that one, and it's going to grow dramatically. And this has been a huge thing I've been working on in my life, is my focus on, does what I'm currently doing contribute toward my purpose, my passion, my dharma? Is what I'm doing right now, is it helping me get to where I need to be? Because that's what I know I need to do to live a life of fulfillment. If the answer is no, then you have to start to and for me, it's taking on yes man, saying everything, and does it align with your purpose? And having the ability to really just stay that lantern focus, the beam of light that streams out, and not get distracted. Because when you really focus and put your time and energy into the dharma of why you're here, it's crazy what happens. When you align yourself with the universe, when right? Step 1, we talked about that, seat of self, and you align all of your focus and energy into that, it's crazy. And that's point number 5, which I'll come back to because of the universe. Anyway, so the third thing that has been a huge help in my life is this question right here. and I asked this a lot to clients when I was, hardcore into my training days. And it's a great question to ask yourself before you do really anything, is how do you want to feel? So how do I want to feel? I would bet you everyone watching would say this, would say good. I think that's a common, if you ask that to anyone, hey, how do you want to feel? People are going to say good, because we want to feel good, right? We like feeling good. We like feeling in control. We like feeling like healthy and good. It's not nice to feel bad, right? So where I'm going with this is having the ability now in my life to, if it's going to be nutrition, so if I'm putting something in my mouth, eating, like, if I'm going to binge eat, or if I'm going to eat something bad, or if it's drugs, if it's marijuana, if it's partying, if it's overextending myself, if it's really asking this question of how do I want to feel? Like making sure I'm learning I'm reading constantly, I'm meditating constantly, but asking, like, if I want to skip it, I ask, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? If I'm going to eat something really bad, I'm able to ask myself, how do you want to feel? I want to feel good, right? Because I know that I don't like binge eating. I know that's an emotional response that it's ingrained in my subconscious state of mind. I know I don't like doing that, but I do it because it's the lack of discipline in the moment and feeding the craving, right? So you have to learn to disattach from your sensory cravings. But anyway, having that ability to ask that question before you do things can save you a lot, right? And if it's like staying out too late when you know you need to be in bed, or whatever it's going to be, because what happens after you binge eat? Well, you feel like shit. What happens when you get home too late, do too many drugs, party too hard? Well, you feel like shit. And when you feel like shit, you lose momentum. And when you stall the momentum, because it's all about, you want to like keep that ship sailing straight. You don't want the waters are going to be rocky, right? So the less that you can rock them internally, the better you're going to be, right? So that's why I always say dance with the devil. It's my favorite term ever. Another video, we'll talk about that. But how do I want to feel is it's a great statement. This number 4 is probably the biggest one of all of them. It's so huge. And this is a Ram Dass teaching. And this is a Tao Te Ching lesson. And the art of surrender. Freedom. You will gain your freedom when you surrender. Surrender, letting go, disattachment, cutting the strings, open to everything and attached to nothing, right? To love without attachment. Surrender. You don't need to be right. Contentment. All these words I'm saying to you, there's this, it's a common theme of that. When you get emotionally invested into something, that can really control a lot of your life, right? So when you understand that we're all part of this together, this is a collective, it's a unity. This entire universe, it's all connected. If you kill someone, you're killing yourself. When you're hurting someone, you're hurting yourself. We're all connected, right? And when you understand that, and this is the 5th thing, it's all part of the plan, but you just let it all go, because you are merely an observer to your life, right? You come into the world with nothing and you observe it all. It's all out of your control. Everything's out of your control. The sun rises, the sun sets, the flower grows. You can't yell at a flower to grow faster. It will grow how it's intended to. So it's all out of your control. You can't control shit. In the monkey mind, the monkey brain, when you're in your thought process and you're constantly thinking about like everything that's like, things going wrong, you lose stuff, someone cheats on you, like you get stolen, like whatever, all this like shit that's happening to you, you choose how you're going to react to it, right? But when you surrender, when you just know it's just all part of the plan and it's all blessings in disguises and these are the teachers, and it's like you just observe it. There's no opinion if it's good or bad or whatever. It's happening in front of you. It's just happening. All of this is happening in front of you. You have no control over it. All you can control is how you want to perceive and hear. The universal goal is peace of mind. You can have all the money in the world. You can be sitting in a castle. And if your mind is not at peace, it's It's not freedom. It's not freedom. And step one for freedom is surrender. You don't need to be right. Would you rather be happy? Would you rather be right? Convinced a man against his will is of the same opinion still. People will believe what they believe. Send love, be love, and learn that pivotal concept of that you're an observer to this existence of yours and you have no control over it. So sit in your seat of self and pursue your dharma and your passion. And how do you want to feel? And the fifth and final point is, yo, homies, get excited, right? Get excited, because buckle up, take a seat, get your popcorn ready. It's all part of your miracle. Your life is all laid out. Everything that happens in your life is part of the plan. And it's a concept of thinking from the end. Your life, here's your name, boom, is a movie. The day you were brought in and the day you're going to leave. And you can literally close your eyes and you can see your life played out. And everything that happens, every milestone, every relationship, every move, every death, every birth, every year, it's all part of your story, homie. And one day it will shut, it'll get passed away, and we keep going on because change is inevitable. It's part of life. It's cyclical, right? Live as if you're already dead. You know, what was that quote by Leonardo da Vinci? My whole life I've been learning how to live when really I've been learning how to die. Because we're all immortal beings. We're infinite. Spirit's infinite. This body, the physical body, will die, man. It will die. But you'll hang up the coat and you'll go back to the place where you came from. And that's the universal energy, the source of it all. It's all connected, my amigos. It really, really is. And those are my top 5 things that you can really will have a profound impact if you practice these. And that's one more time. It's to sit in your seat of self, to know your purpose and your dharma. The laser light focus, the lantern. You water the one pot and it will grow. Treating your body with respect, and how do you want to feel? That pivotal question, because you want to feel good. You want to feel good, so make the right choice to make yourself feel good. Surrendering is being attached to nothing, but loving it all, embracing it all as it comes by every single day. And then it's getting excited because your life is already played out. And it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful story if you just allow it to happen and you take the path of least resistance. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I love you. I send you so much love and vibes. I wish you nothing but an exciting 2022. Excited for the future, grateful for the present. And, you know, I always like to end with some kind of yo, hit the subscribe. Honestly, you're listening. I appreciate you. Bless. If you're not excited, get excited. Surrender, baby. We'll see you guys around. And yo, we on IG now. Check me out on IG, NUNZZIII NIRVANA. T-shirts coming soon. Ciao, ciao.